While it'd be easy to say that Ira Fulton donated the money to the Board of Regents and not ASU, that would not be accurate. At least not according to Ira. It would be wrong of me as a journalist to say the schools that carry the Fulton name only exist due to money. Thankfully, someone else said it. Ira Fulton has donated a lot of money to ASU, but is one man enough to say an entire school is corporatized? Of course not. Luckily for us, Megan wasn't finished.
As far as like taking money from corporations to fund research, that is a really, really dangerous road to go down.
To think that the market is now influencing the direction of creative, of innovative, or even critical research.
All the private investing that occurs at ASU gets approved through Michael Crow. He also has drawn some specific investors to the school. This seems to be creating a potential ethics quandary. To keep investing money, companies expect to see results. But what affects students directly are the skyrocketing prices of tuition, parking passes, and meal plans.
Michael Crow became president of ASU in 2002.
Using that as our benchmark, let's look at the statistics.
From fall 2002 to fall 2003, tuition rose $1,010 or 39%.
From fall 2003 to fall 2004, tuition rose $469 or 13%.
From fall 2004 to 2005, tuition rose $342. That's a 8.5% increase.
From fall 2005 to fall 2006, tuition rose $282 or 6.5%.
From fall semester 2006 to fall semester 2007, tuition rose $290 or 6.5%.
For fall semester 2008, tuition is rising $560 or 12%.
To put in perspective, under Laddie Corr's 10-year tenure as president from the '92 school year through his departure in 2002, tuition rose 56%. That's about $900. With Michael Crow as president, tuition has gone up a staggering 115%, or about $2,650. And that's in only 6 years.
I think that's ridiculous.
Wow. That's ridiculous. That's a lot.
That's incredible.
Parking's not much better either. In 2002, parking in a structure at ASU cost $130. 2003, $210. 2004, $225. 2005, $280. 2006, $480. 2007, $600. And next year, in 2008, parking in a structure at ASU will cost you $780. But that's for a structure. There are open lots available, like Lot 59. But that's a bit of a walk. Meanwhile, at the University of Arizona in Tucson, parking rose from $400 a year to $494 during that same 6-year period.
I park in the church parking lot now because it's too expensive anywhere else.
I just park in the neighborhood over here at a friend's house.
The money just seems to go up, and I don't really see a change in anything.
I think there will come a time where students just say, I can't afford it, and they just stop driving to campus, and they have to start taking the buses, and then that'll force the buses to improve, and hopefully students will rally around that and do something to fight those changes.
According to Megan's article, ASU Incorporated, beginning in the 2006 school year, all freshmen living on campus must purchase a mandatory meal plan. Those plans range in price from $1,900 to $3,500 a year. The cheapest plan covers about 85 meals, even though there are 112 days in a semester in Arizona. This comes out to about $22 a meal, no matter how much or how little you eat. Has ASU sold out? Seems that way. Why else would they take advantage of their students in this way?
It's going to take a change in politics in this state.
At this point, I don't think that just getting rid of one person is going to make any difference. It started to go down this road.
Bringing in a bully to deal with the bullies is a perfect example of his success.
Federal money, government money has started to disappear a lot in the last couple of years.
So everyone's paying the same tuition into the big pot. But the way it's divvied up is essentially U of A gets 20% or 40%, ASU gets 40%, and NAU gets 20%. Because our size, we contribute an abundance to that revenue pot, and we receive significantly less than our own students pay in. So essentially, a huge majority of our students are paying for the education of U of A and NAU students. There's your first problem, is that we lose money based on legislative structure of funding of higher education in the state, which has favored U of A.
The problem here is easy to see with some simple math. U of A is ranked 96th by the U.S. News & World Report. They have 28,500 undergraduate students who pay $4,760 in-state and $494 for a parking structure pass. ASU is ranked 124th, with 41,800 undergrads paying the same amount of tuition a year and $600 for a structure pass.
Remember, the Board of Regents and a majority of those in power are from the Tucson U of A area, and they have literally oppressed the system for ASU to receive its own funding back to itself. If we received every dime that tuition got in, that would benefit the university tremendously, but we don't.
In essence, all the ethically questionable business happening at ASU is not necessarily the school or the president's fault. We're just trying to make up money lost due to a slant in the system at a state level. But it gives us a reason for change. Change that must be brought by students, alumni, and taxpayers. But how are we going to fix it?
I honestly don't know what can be done to fix it.
I like having my own food choices, and I can do it a whole lot more affordably than the administration can.
When you start going to school for one price and then you start raising prices everywhere, like you don't really budget for that all the time, you know? So all of a sudden you got to change your plans every year, and what you're doing, you got to get more jobs, you got to try to then take student loans that you hadn't planned on.
One thing is for certain, change will come. Rates will continue to go up. Schools will continue to accept large sums of money from outside sources. Students will continue to fill the gaps of a flawed system. If a school cannot survive without outside contributions or mandatory student meal plans, there's little chance they will stop. There's no point in denying that money is essential for education. Of course it is. But there are other ways to fill the gaps. Plenty of other schools operate without these fallbacks or educational scalping. And one day, ASU may very well find a way. Until then, though, I guess we'll all have to suck it up, pay our dues, and eat a little crow.